Hey guys, it's Mr. McHugh here. I'm going to give you a short video tutorial on using the TI-84, TI-83 calculator and how to do regression modeling on the calculator. So you've got a set of data and you want to get the data onto your calculator and go through the steps of seeing it graphed and then also fitting a curve, a regression curve to the data. So here's the steps that you're going to follow. In order to get the data, you want to go into the stat menu, and option number 1, edit, will get you into your lists. If there's already items in your list, you can go up to the top and clear out the entire list. Hit enter and the whole list will clear out. Click on clear and enter and everything will disappear. So I've got a set of data for you from the US public debt from 1950 to 2010. In list 1, I'm going to put in the years 1950, and the years are counting by 10, so I'm just going to go 1950 up through 2010. And this can be the tedious part, putting in the data, but be careful, you don't want to make any mistakes, otherwise you're going to end up with a wrong graph and wrong data. So 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010. Now the debt in billions of dollars is going to be in my list 2 or L2. So 257.4, oops, 286.3. And so this part takes a little while, but you can see if you're careful, if you only have to do it once, it's not that bad. 907.7. Your list should be the same length, so 907.7, 1980. I should double check, make sure that's okay. Now there's a big jump in the year 1990, 3,233.3, and then 5674.2 and 13,561.6. Okay, that was the hard part. So now my data's in. I've got everything, the year and the debt, paired together as an ordered pair. If I go up to my y equals and clear out any y values, y equals equations that are in there, I'm going to turn on my plot 1, make sure plot 1 is on. I can go up to second y equals, which is my stat plot, and make sure plot 1 is turned on as well. I'm going to double check to make sure that L1 and L2, those two lists I just put in, are the two lists as my x and y coordinates. And then I'm going to go up to zoom, and option number 9, zoom stat, is going to create a viewing window with my data in there. It's going to all fit in the window. It's going to automatically fit it. So there's my data, the years and the debt in billions of dollars. If I want to fit a curve to that, what I'm going to do is quit out of the graph, and in stat, and scroll over to the calculate menu. Here's where we get to choose what type of regression we're going to run. Now this data didn't look linear. I'm not going to do a linear regression. I could play around with a few different types of polynomial regressions, but I'm just going to go straight for option number 5, quadratic regression. I'm going to make sure L1 is my x, L2 is my y. If you enter down through these, you don't have to put anything for frequency lists or the store, anything into the regression equation. Once you get to calculate, hit enter one more time and it'll give you the coefficients and the r-squared value for this quadratic regression. Now there's a lot of variables in here, or sorry, a lot of decimal points in here. If you're going to write this down on your page, you can probably round to whatever, the 3 decimal places or something. Copying it into your y equals is going to be really tricky if you try and type it in yourself. Fortunately, the calculator stores that equation in its memory. So if you go to y equals and clear everything out, go to vars, the vars menu, Option number 5 is statistics. Scroll over here to the EQ menu, and option number 1, regression equation. If you choose 1, it will take all those decimals that you just saw on the screen and automatically put it into your Y1 equation, so that when you graph, now not only do you see your data points, but now you see a regression curve fit to the data points. And if you wanted to try cubic regression, you could try cubic or quartic regression. I just tried quadratic. But you would go back through these steps and pick whichever type of regression you think fits best, or whatever the directions say to do. But that's a short video on the buttons to press and how to see the data and the regression curve show up on your calculator. Good luck, have fun.